When you wish upon a star.
First of all, I want to tell you, I don't intend it as spin. I mean, I'm among, if not the most open press person in the White House. We have a high regard for the facts, but I want you to see some of the other facts that we're doing.
Seen what happened in Paris and Nice. All over Europe, it's happening. It's gotten to a point where it's not even being reported. And in many cases, the very, very dishonest press doesn't want to report it. They have their reasons, and you understand that.
But the president is saying there it's completely senseless, as I understand. But the fact is that President Trump and Vladimir Putin are BFFs. Think about how small-handed President Trump and Vladimir Putin are. He made very clear, I think most recently and most vividly, he said that day that perhaps he'll have a positive it's possible he'll have a good relationship with Vladimir Putin. But there are other stories. I'm just trying to, again, reach out and say, very pleased that Vice President Pence was thinking about Bill O'Reilly. What it is really is stating two different opinions on two different matters. We want people to realize that majority Muslim women and children be restricted in terms of their educational opportunities. I think Secretary DeVos will be a very credible voice in that progress. But I do know what the president's point was because I've discussed it with him directly. He made it a point to show real distinction there, and he wants to show a point as president in the real distinction. But he is doing that in response to what he sees and he hears. And he doesn't tweet about everything, he doesn't make a comment about everything, but I can tell you that the entire point that I do think has been misinterpreted many places about why he wants Vladimir Putin thing, which of course I'm happy to have a piece of that. Did I tweet about that? 2 Iraqis came here to this country, were radicalized, and they were the masterminds behind the Bowling Green massacre. Well, I was misquoting. I should have said masterminds. It wasn't like I was trying to get people to believe something existed that didn't. That's easy to figure out. Let me just say, we have a very high respect for the truth, and I can only speak for me. All I would say is, bias coverage, people talk about that. I think bias is easy to detect, and it's really in the eye of the beholder. I do have to say, when we read certain words being used to describe the President of the United States, it's never been done. It wasn't done about President Obama.
President Obama, he is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS, okay?
Because people have a certain respect for and a recognition of the dignity for the office of the president.
A nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
And so I am beseeching everybody to cool it down a little bit here and there. But there are some stories that are false. There are some stories, I read them and I'm like, who are they talking about? Where does this happen? Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
The murder rate in our country is the highest it's been in 47 years.
If you say, for example, that there are 3 million illegal aliens who voted, and then you don't have the data to back it up, some people are going to say that's irresponsible for a president to say that.
And it doesn't have a great deal of respect, I think, for the office of the president, its current occupant.
The president should come clean.
But he is a citizen. He produced that long-form birth certificate.
Well, a lot of people don't agree with you, and a lot of people feel it wasn't a proper certificate. Whether or not that was a real certificate, because a lot of people question it, I certainly question it. Now all we have to do is find out whether or not it was real. Believe me, I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks.
You can laugh at me all you want. I'll just ignore it. I'm bigger than that.
You have been stripped of your dignity and authority, publicly shamed, and confined to the Red Keep. What's left to work with? I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met.
Well, I'm fine. I'm having a good time. Thanks again for having me.